Hey guys, this is Dylan, also known as Althenius, and today I've got another achievement guide for you. Again, it's an I Am Alive, and it's the Ultimate Rescuer Part 2. Alright, so this is right after you have May and you're leaving the mall and going down to the subway on your way to Henry's place. You'll kill a group of bandits, and then you'll see these two guys here fighting over this food or meat or whatever. As soon as one of them pulls a weapon, you're just going to target him with your gun, and he will drop the weapon, and the fight will end, and you'll have the victim helped. See, just like that. Very, very simple. Really hard to miss. You can actually see them as soon as you're coming down the escalator, so no reason you should miss this one at all. Very, very simple. Just make sure you aim for the guy with the weapon and not the other guy. You want to make sure that you help them both. And you can see this is just outside the mall. You have to go down to the subway entrance to get here.
Leave the city to find them. You never catch me wandering out that far.
Alright, and this isn't really key, but it does help a lot. Once you get on the escalator just past the guys I just showed you, you're going to see two guys sitting next to a bonfire cooking, and they're going to start talking about meat. If you go up the stairs just behind them, you'll go down this way and you'll find a gun with an extra bullet. There's quite a few survivors that require bullets, or you may need it in a fight, so it's really helpful. Back at the two guys talking about the meat, you're going to walk facing them, turn right, and walk down the subway, and you'll hear them start talking about something here, and you can see a lot of blood smears around. I kind of pointed it out here. You'll see quite a bit of blood actually smeared on the walls too. And if you keep following this and going here, you're going to find these two dudes who don't like you. See, they're threatening me here. And you can see the people in the cage in the background. These guys are cannibals, and they're going to eat those people in the back if you don't help them. I recommend, as soon as you come in here, shoot one and then just struggle kill the other. There's not really any way to fire to drop them on, or any ledge to drop them off of, and I made the mistake of thinking maybe I could sneak kill one of them, but instead I got into a struggle kill, and as you can see I took a lot of damage. So just don't even worry about it. You got an extra bullet, use it, and then melee kill the other one. But just make sure that you do have an extra bullet here, because you do need to shoot the lock off of the cage. And as you can see here, I have 3 bullets, so I'm fine, but you want to make sure you always save as much ammo as possible. Not always very easy, but once you get this gate open, you'll get your victims helped. This should be number 7 if you've been following the guide. One thing you'll always notice is actually when you help the victims, they'll start talking about the event and give you a bit of a backstory, so it's their way of telling you what happened and giving you the history of the game. As you can see here, so I'm just showing you the map and how to get here. Also, while you're here, there is an item, the cigarettes right here on this ledge. You want to make sure you pick this up because you're going to need it for a victim later on in the game. So while you're here, you get it up and just make sure not to waste it. Like I've said before, you don't want to use a lot of your rations. Now this is actually just further up the train tracks the way you're supposed to go. You climb underneath this ledge and you have to climb down the wall here. This is on your way to Henry's place. Up north. Now this next victim I'm going to show you how to get. You need 2 food cans. So you may have found one on top of the mall, and if you manage to save it, great, that way you don't have to waste a bullet later. If you either didn't grab it or ate it, I'll show you how to get 2 food cans on the way to the victim. You will need to waste a food can you will need to waste a bullet to get the second food can. But if you climb down this wall and actually go down the pipe and to the left here, as I'm doing, there's actually a food can just sitting here on the ledge. And you can use that. This actually makes food can number 2 for me, but I will show you how to get down that one if you wasted the first one, or you can grab it in the first place. And once you have climbed all the way across and you're through the train and now on the other side, as soon as you walk inside, you just turn left. There's a lock right here, and through this gate you can actually see the food can sitting there on the shelf. In this situation, I already had the 2, so I didn't waste the bullet. Now this is further on down this track, so you're going to have to fight a group of bandits, drop down a hole and kill another group of bandits, and then you keep going up the path and you'll find this girl behind this cage wall. This is actually near the end of the subway now, right before you go into the car park, and she wants anything other than meat, but the only thing you can give her is the 2 food cans, so this is why I said make sure you save them and make sure you have it. And that's where it is on the map there. So just give her the 2 food cans, she'll give you a little bit more history of the calamity or whatever happened that caused this dust cloud to come in. You get next to retry, and that's why victim number 8 helped. And as you may have noticed, I have a lot less retries than I did prior. That's because those 2 bandit groups were a bitch to fight. I ended up wasting a bunch of ammo just trying to kill them, and it still was a huge hassle.
At that point, we could tell that civilization as we knew it was all gone.
Now, this next one is after you get the bow and arrow and you've met Henry for the first time. If you go out of the apartment, turn right onto the street, and then your first left, walk down, you're going to find this alleyway into the middle. I'll show you on a map in here in just a minute. We're actually going to get a first aid kit. We're not going to use it in this video, but it is important for a victim later on, and there's not many of these to find. And you also have another wine bottle here in case you missed the first one, so I don't think there's another victim that needs the wine bottle. Also, really close to the entrance to the alleyway, there is a pipe you can climb up to get a safe zone so you don't have to suffocate or waste a bunch of hydration items. And this is where I am on the map here. As you can see, it's just literally across the street from Henry's place, but that red line there is the fence you can't get across. So you actually have to walk down around the street into the alleyway. And now this is further down. Once you go out the alleyway and turn left, you'll have to cross a gap across a light post. Once you've done so, walk up this ramp and you're going to find victim number 9. It's just up this ladder actually. And it's actually a safe zone, so you don't have to worry about suffocating anymore. You're actually above the dust. And this guy, he just really wants a smoke before he dies. So here's the cigarettes we grabbed at the beginning of the video.
I have but one last wish, to smoke a final cigarette.
Here we go. This is actually an area you could reach very early on in the game when you were on your way to get the medicine for May. But this is the first time you'll have a cigarette, so you can actually backtrack. And as you can see on the map here, I'm very close to the construction site, and the mall is still a little bit to the south, so this is an area you can actually come to, and actually you would hear the victim number 10, I'm going to show you here in a minute, while you're walking along the raised train tracks.
At some point, the emergency shelters downtown became too damaged to be habitable. I don't know what they expected. They were bursting at the seams, and the continued quakes just tore them apart. There were some smaller ones to the north that people said were in better shape, but I can't say for certain if anyone's still actually there.
Now, for victim number 10, you actually just run up the stairs next to this guy. I recommend highly waiting until you have the bow for this one, just because there's 3 guys that jump you, and you need a bullet to help victim number 10. So if you have the bow and arrow, you can take care of these bad guys and kill the last guy either with your dagger or by knocking them off, or with your machete, or by knocking them off the ledge there. As you can see here, just kind of do what I do. I kind of try to bait them out and run back so they don't jump me, because they come running fast. So as I said, just shoot the guy first guy with your bow, immediately pull out your gun and aim at them. That way they don't keep running. Make sure to pick up your arrow so you can kill the next guy with it, because you can always retrieve your arrows as long as you don't shoot it off a ledge or something stupid where you can't retrieve it. Once you've killed the second guy, aim at the third with your gun again. And then you can do what I'm doing here, which is trying to push him off the ledge, or you can just go for the the machete kill. It really doesn't matter at this point. There's only one left, so unless you really suck at the machete struggle kills, you should have no issues killing him. I actually thought he was close enough to the edge, but I went for the struggle kill instead of knocking him off the edge. Alright, and victim number 10 here was the one trying to get you to come over in the first place.
They forced me to do it. Please, you have to help me break these handcuffs.
And so again, you need to use a bullet to free her from this, and that was actually my last bullet, so making sure you have the bow and arrow is really helpful here. And that's victim number 10, and we'll actually get you your next achievement, 10 victims help.
Set up for isolated women and children. right after the event.
and she'll give you a little bit more backstory on the
But that was in the early days.
event that happened that caused the dust and all the earthquakes.
It might be worth
And
taking a
that's
look
it for
there.
this week's episode, guys. I'll have part 3 up hopefully pretty soon. So please leave a comment at the bottom, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Have a great one, guys. Cheers.